Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I have not started my new vlog yet, so I thought I would do that now. I just got the kids on the bus. I'm sitting at work waiting to go home, and I wanted to give you a quick update of my reading so far this month. It is now January 7th? 6th. Today's January 6th, and I have been spending most of my time reading a book called The Hunting Party, and this is a thriller that is set on New Year's Eve. It is about a group of college friends who are now in their 30s or so, and they are all together in this ski lodge in the middle of nowhere in Scotland for their holiday, and they do this annually every year. They always get back together with each other and do a New Year's Eve together. It's their tradition. But there is a lot of stuff going on in this small group of people. One of them ends up dead. We don't know who it is. We're kind of bouncing back and forth between the future and the past, and the two are converging slowly but surely. And as you're reading this story, basically everybody has motive to kill the person or to kill each other. It's very intriguing. I am very much looking forward to reading it and finishing that off. I think I only have like an hour of the audiobook left, and then after that, the Wayward Children series is being put on Scribd tomorrow, so I'm gonna be starting those audiobooks as well. It's nice that they're very short, so I should be able to get through those pretty quickly for the Be Sure-a-thon that I'm planning on doing this month. I did begin I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I started that a couple days ago. We had a snow day on Tuesday, and so I was able to stay home. I meant to get a lot more reading done, but I ended up falling asleep and sleeping for like 5 hours straight. I was so tired. It's really good so far. It's definitely a really powerful memoir, a first-person experience of what segregation was like in the South prior to the civil rights movement and all of the race issues that came with that. I don't feel super equipped to discuss much of that on my channel, but it's a really, really powerful book. I think it's really important with all of the political nastiness that's been going on the last couple of years, just to step into somebody else's shoes and see life from their point of view. And I think that if we all took a little bit of time to do that, the world would be a much more lovely place. So it's definitely one that so far I highly recommend. It's very short. I expect to finish that this week before the end of the week, or before the end of the weekend, I should say. I'm very tired this week. Coming back to school and work after a long vacation that we have during Christmas is really rough. It's been a kind of a hard transition, especially for the kids, but I wouldn't give up my job for the world. I love my children. Look at all of the art that they make me all the time. Anyway, I hope that this vlog finds you well and that you are smashing your TBRs for the month, and I will keep you guys updated. Hey friends, I just got home and I am in bed curled up with Nicoletta. Don't know if you can see her. But I wanted to update you. Today while I was driving home, I finished reading The Hunting Party, and I have to say it was a little bit disappointing for me, at least. I feel like the ending, I didn't necessarily see the ending coming, but it didn't have that wow factor that I usually look for when I'm reading a thriller. I liked the atmosphere a lot. The atmosphere set in the icy wilderness. The unreliable narrator was really great as well. The overall story, the pacing of the story, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna give it about a 3 stars for overall enjoyment that I had in the book. I think that there are definitely people who would really enjoy this book. I think that it's very well written, and the characters are very intriguing, and the voice that comes through in the characters is very well done. It keeps you guessing because literally, like I said before, every character has a reason to hate other characters, and so you never really know until the very end what happened. So in that sense, it was very intriguing, even though I wasn't really enjoying it, I still wanted to know what happened, so I didn't put it down until the very end. Yeah, overall, I would definitely recommend it for something fast and fun, especially during the winter season, especially on New Year's Eve. I am going to rest for the evening. I might pick up and read more of Maya Angelou's memoir, and I will update you when I have read more of that. So have a wonderful night.
Child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright.
Hey friends, it's been a hot minute since I posted anything. I haven't been doing much of anything interesting. I just jumped back into work and teaching's been taking up all of my time, and then basically I've been coming home and watching true crime documentaries. So my TBR got derailed because Assassin's Quest came back in to my library, my audiobook, so I was able to get it. I had 90% left, but that was still like 4.5 hours to listen to. So I've been doing that this week, and I finally finished it yesterday. It is by far my favorite of the Farseer trilogy. It made me cry. It was beautiful. It had dragons, and I don't even know. I can't really tell you much about it because it's the third in a trilogy, but essentially Fitz is the main character, and he is on this quest, this voyage to try and find the rightful king, and the king is himself on a quest to try and find a way to save his kingdom, and it is so good. I say that for a lot of things, but definitely another 5-star read, my favorite of the trilogy, and I highly, highly recommend picking up Robin Hobb if you haven't yet. The fantasy is so well done. I love listening to the audiobooks. I could just listen to it for hours and never get tired of it. It's so captivating and intriguing and so well done. So well done. So I finished that. It wasn't on my TBR, but it was on my TBR last month, so at least I have that off now. I'm about 2/3 of the way through I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, and it's a really tough read. It's really, really tough. I wasn't expecting it to be as brutal as it is. I would really recommend you look up any kind of trigger warnings for this book before you pick it up, because there is a lot of, well, racism, of course, but the thing that really shocked me in this section that I read last time was a depiction of child rape, which was really hard-hitting, and if you have any kind of trigger for that, be very careful when you go into this story. But that being said, I am really glad that I'm reading this book. It is beautifully told. The storytelling is captivating. The world that she depicts and her experience in a completely segregated community is really powerful. And the humor and the life and the joy and the hardship and the pain and the brutality that she depicts in such a short novel is really fascinating and impressive and completely worth all of the hype that it ever got. It is so good. I feel like the timing is really well done. I didn't plan this at all either, but Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and so in class I'm teaching my students about, segregation and racial inequality and the civil rights movement and all of those things, and so I feel like I have a theme going on here, and I'm really appreciating that. So I'm going to definitely try to get that done by the end of the week. I do have the audiobooks reserved in my script for the Wayward Children series. I haven't started them yet, but I'm not super concerned because they're small novels and I should be able to get through them fairly quickly. So I want to start that this weekend as well. I might be going on a road trip this weekend to visit a friend, and I will hopefully vlog some of that, but I will also have lots of time to listen to my audiobooks while I'm driving. So yeah, that is my quick update. I hope you guys are doing well this week, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey friends, I am here with another update. I have received some book mail, and I also went to a brand new bookstore that opened in my town. We actually didn't have a bookstore here. I had to drive about a half an hour to an hour, depending on where I wanted to go, to actually get any new books, and most of the book shopping I did was online. But we recently got a new bookstore, and it is a fantasy bookstore, and it has all of the witchy things, it has all of the D&D things, and it has a huge selection of tea. So it is a bookstore / apothecary, and I am in love with it. So I'm going to tell you guys what I got from my haul there as well. But first, I wanted to share with you the Owlcrate box that I got. This is the January box. The December box has been delayed and I haven't received it yet, but they say that it's on the way soon. Anyway, let's see what I got. Open. Sesame. So the first thing that I see is a map that looks a lot like The Lord of the Rings, and I am here for it. Yes, the Lost Realm of Arnor is absolutely The Lord of the Rings. Okay, what does it say? Together with artist Janine LaCour, we're bringing a bit of the magic of Middle-earth to your table. Each bowl in this 4-part limited edition collection celebrates a different iconic location from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings universe. Oh my gosh, there's going to be 4 of these. I am so excited. All right. This bowl features the dwarven architectural aesthetics, runes, and iconography to pay homage to their kingdom of Erebor. Ooh, okay. I am so excited. If you guys have been around my channel at all, you will know that Lord of the Rings is my favorite. Okay, so on the inside of the bowl, we have Erebor, which is the name of the city, the dwarven city, and then we have dwarven runes across the top, and this beautiful geometric design with golds and coppers and reds, and it's so lovely. It's just this cute little size, this bowl. I love the size of it. I think this is gonna be my favorite item. Okay, let's see what else I've got. There is a lovely wooden bookmark. It says, make yourself a myth and live within it so that you belong to no one but yourself. I have no idea what that's from. There is a little paper pouch that says literary luggage, design 1 of 12. So they've started a new enamel pin collection that is literary luggage. Let's see what this one is. Usually they come with pins that are based on the book. I'm not sure if this one is. Oh no, this is Red London. It's a suitcase. It is a lovely pin that is based off of Red London, which is based off of the Darker Shade of Magic novel series, which I read last year. Owlcrate also did a series of book tins that were based off of these novels as well. So they really like V.E. Schwab. But I'm happy to have it. It's really cool. Next, I have a little velvet jewelry bag. The little note says it is a dinar coin. I don't know if I know what this is from. Oh, it's another one of those bronze coins. They had another one that was similar to this last year based off of the book Fable. And one side said smooth sailing and the other side said rough seas. And they were very cool. This one, I don't believe that I've read the book that this coin is based off of. And it's not wanting to focus on the coin. Focus on the coin. Anyway, it's cool. Next, it looks like we have a pin banner. And it has a compass on it. I wonder if it is based off of the Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, which would be very cool. That was one of my favorites growing up, and it's my sister's absolute favorite. She actually named my niece after the main character, Lyra, in that story. So I bet that it is from that. And here's the cheat card, so we'll check it out in a second. But we also have a little pencil pouch that's from the Six of Crows. Still haven't read this series. I plan to because they came out with the Shadow and Bone, I believe it is, the show that is based off of that, and then a landscape of a city on the back. It's a really nice size. It looks like it's pretty sturdy. And then finally, we have the book. The cover is lovely. It is The Iron Key by Akshaya Raman. And I have never heard of this book before. It's beautiful. Usually they have pretty end papers, but they're just white this time. But there is, ooh, the cover of the book is beautiful. Gold embossed on the front. The spine is really nice. And then the undercover art, see if I can get it without the glare, is really pretty as well. Just like always, I love the Owlcrate editions of books. They're so great. But I have no idea what this book is about. Let's see. 4 siblings, a country in ruins, one quest to save them all. Vera is desperate to get out of her mother's shadow and establish her legacy as a revered queen of Ashoka. But with the country's only quarry running out of magic, a precious resource that has kept Ashoka safe from conflict, she can barely protect her citizens from the looming threat of war. And if her enemies discover this, they'll stop at nothing to seize the last of the magic. Vera's only hope is to find a mysterious object of legend, the Ivory Key, which is rumored to unlock a new source of magic. But in order to infiltrate enemy territory and retrieve it, she must reunite with her siblings, who have been torn apart by the different paths their lives have taken. That's pretty cool. The author looks like she might be from India, which is very cool, or at least from Indian descent. Akshaya Raman fell in love with writing when she wrote her first story at the age of 10. Very cool. She co-founded the Writer's Block Party, which is a blog about writing and publishing. She lives in the Bay Area with an actual scaredy cat, and in her free time, she enjoys baking, traveling, and watching too much reality TV. That is very cool. So I am looking forward to reading this story. I am actually planning on doing a vlog this year of my Bookcrate books because there are many of them that I haven't read yet. So hopefully I'll get to these sometime this year. Another one to add to my list. Okay, so the theme of this month's box was Thrill of the Hunt. And the spoiler card, let's see what our items are. The wooden bookmark is a quote from The Gilded Wolves, which I have never read before, but the bookmark is lovely. Oh, it's just a regular compass. To celebrate the beginning of our literary luggage series, they've designed a compass pin banner. It's not specifically the golden compass, but I might pretend it is. Let's see. And then last is, okay, yeah, the coin is from We Hunt the Flame, which is, and the dinar coin is the currency that you'll find in the kingdom that book is set in, and I've never read that. It's another one that is on my list of things to read. So yeah, that was a pretty cool box. I definitely loved the bowl, and I'm so excited to see what they do with the other 3. And I cannot wait to have the complete set of the Middle-earth bowls. I Oh, I'm so excited. So the first thing that I wanted to share is actually the selection of tea that I got from this store. I got a little tea strainer that is the shape of a star and there's a little face on it and it's really cute. I love it. And then they have a lot of different teas that are supposed to help with random things that you have. So for example, I got a little pouch of after dinner tea. And I have not tried this one yet. It is fennel, ginger, peppermint, and sage, and it's supposed to soothe belly aches and any kind of digestive distress that you might feel after eating too much food, which is helpful for me. I have an anxious stomach. The next one that I got is called Courage, which I thought was really cool. I love how in the corner they have a cat. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but there's a little black cat right there. Right there. Anyway, this one has rooibos, candied and dried ginger, oranges, lemon, rose hips, cardamom, star anise, and black pepper. So it's going to be a little spicy, but I am excited to try it. This one I've had a couple of different times. I was super excited. At this bookstore, they make all of their own teas. And it's all locally owned and locally produced. And they have created a Harry Potter themed tea. So they have tea for every different house in Harry Potter. And I am Hufflepuff. Along with pretty much everybody else in the world, I completely disagree with J.K. Rowling on all political beliefs that she has, especially her disregard for the queer community, seeing as how I am part of the queer community. However, I still love the story and I love the world that she created, and it will always be a part of my heart. So I do my best not to support her by buying any more of her branded things, but I did get this tea, and it is the Hufflepuff House Tea, and it has it's an Assam black tea infused with butterscotch, toffee, cocoa nibs, cinnamon, coconut, and honey crystals. And it is really sweet and delicious and warm and delightful. I made a whole pot and drank almost the entire pot by myself. So that is definitely a hit. I also bought another one that I've almost used half of the bag already. I really love it. It's called the Lady Marmalade Black Tea, and it is an Earl Grey tea that has been infused with oranges, blue cornflowers, rosebuds, dried oranges, cardamom, and vanilla, and it is warm and cozy and everything that I love for a breakfast tea. And the last one I got is a Deep Sleep, and I haven't tried this one. I'm honestly a little afraid of it. It has catnip as its #1 ingredient, and I've never ingested catnip before. My cats have. They love it. Never done it myself. Chamomile, blue vervain, hops, which is used in beer. Skullcap, which I've never heard of before. It sounds like a poison. Passion flower, peppermint, lavender, lemon balm, sage, calendula, and rose petals. There's a lot going on in this tea. We'll see what happens. I'm interested to try it. Like I said, I'm a little afraid of it. But they have an amazing tea selection, and I'm excited to go back for more. Every one that I've tried so far, I've absolutely loved. So that should be a good sign, right? Okay, now to the fun things that I bought while I was there. I have my bag right here. Sorry about the rustling. So, one of the things that I bought was this beautiful journal. It has yellow flowers and lavender and little bumblebees and fire and like tiny flowers, I think. No bumblebees, just tiny flowers. And it's so lovely. It's just a plain lined yellow flower journal, but it just made my heart happy, and I love all things yellow and I love flowers, so I couldn't leave it behind. I also purchased 3 bookmarks from the same artist. It's the Art of Kate Andevsky from Bee's Knees Industries, and the backs of them are all unique. This one is mushrooms. Yeah, just lots of different toadstools on the back of this one. I'm sorry, I wish that it would focus a little bit better, and then on the front, it's a nighttime scene with mushrooms. The other one that I got was this little fairy gnome person who I thought was very quaint. And on the back, we have clover, looks like. And then on the back of this one, there are stars, which is perfect for my channel, the branding of my channel, and constellations with a cat. How could I say no to this bookmark? This is my absolute favorite bookmark that I own now. I'm so excited. So as I said before, they have a lot of witchy type things there. They have tarot cards and they have crystals and they have lots of books that help you in your pursuit of witchiness. And I decided to buy this little book called The House Witch. And I've started reading it and I absolutely love it. It's basically just about creating a space in your home that is meaningful and safe and true to yourself, and a space that is energetically calming and nurturing. And all it really takes is some mindfulness and just, some of the general witchiness, like infusing with crystals and different kinds of candles and incense and those things. But really, the whole idea of the house witch is that you are intentionally, even with the mundane things, creating a space that is sacred to you. And so when you're cleaning, when you're doing the dishes, when you're cooking, you're mindfully infusing all of those actions with positive energy, and that suffuses the space that you're in, and it creates positive associations and creates a really comfortable, cozy space for yourself, for the people that you live with, for any people that you have over. And it's just a beautiful book. The cover is lovely. And the inside is very easy to understand and lovely to read. I love the font and the slightly cream color of the pages. And the font is actually a purple color. So it's just a beautiful book. And I've read it so far and absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it if you are interested in dabbling in some mild witchcraft. This is the list of all the different teas that they offer. So many. Okay, I wanted to throw all of my money at them because I want them to survive just in case we get locked down again with COVID. So I basically bought everything that I've been wanting to buy that I saw there. So one of the first things that I saw was Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I finished reading her first series, the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, in 2021, and I am really excited to jump into her new series. So this is a huge book. I think it has over 1,000 pages. No, almost. It has 800 and something pages. But the cover, oh, look at this cover. It is so beautiful. The art is just so beautiful. The House of Earth and Blood. And I know so many people have really loved this, and Sarah J. Maas is their favorite author. And I absolutely loved her ACOTAR series. So I had to pick this up. I got a Spindle Splintered. Try saying that 5 times fast. And it is just an itty bitty tiny story. It is a Sleeping Beauty retelling written by Alex E. Harrow, who wrote Once and Future Witches, which I gave 5 stars last year. So I have been wanting to pick this up. The cover is so cool, and I love fairy tale retellings. Next, I got another witchy book because that is the theme of this bookstore. It is The Nature of Witches. When it came out around September, October, it was to very high acclaim. A lot of the booktubers that I watch in this community absolutely loved it, read it twice, bought multiple copies of it. I was a little disappointed when I opened it and realized that the cover was not the beautiful flower cover that the first printing came with. I'll post a little picture of it here so you can see what it looked like. But I am nonetheless very excited to read this story. Essentially, it is a story about witches who are connected to the seasons. So I believe there are winter witches, autumn witches, summer witches, and spring witches. And that's really all I know about it and all I really want to know about it, except that I know it's going to be really, really good. So excited to get into that one, hopefully sometime this year. And I picked up the first book in Pages & Co. It's called The Book Wanderers, and this is a middle grade novel. It is really well loved by most of the book community. I know that there are some who did not enjoy it very much, but I'm wanting to give this a go. Essentially, it is the story of a young girl who is in love with books, and her favorite characters start popping out of their books, and she's interacting with them. And I think in this first one, Anne of Green Gables and Alice in Wonderland pop out of their books, and she, I think, has to get them back into their own stories. And Anne of Green Gables was my favorite heroine growing up. I read Anne of Green Gables so many times. I felt like a kindred spirit with her. The term kindred spirit comes from Anne of Green Gables, and she's just a lovely, that's another recommendation. If you have not read Anne of Green Gables, drop what you're doing and read it now. It is amazing. Anyway, sidetrack. I purchased a little copy of Grimm's Fairy Tales. I got this from my classroom library because one of my students asked if I had a copy of it, and I said no, and he was very disappointed, so I decided to get one for him. They're pretty dark, but I know the kids love dark stories. So this will end up in my classroom library. Finally, I picked up another copy of these beautiful Chiltern classics. This is a copy of Dracula. This is a classic that I actually don't own, but is one of my absolute favorite scary stories to read. I've read this multiple times, and I am so happy to have this beautiful copy of this. I think I've said in previous vlogs that I really want to replace most of my classics with these hardcover versions of the classics. I love the binding on these. I love the beautiful artwork and the editions, and one day I will own all of them. This is my personal goal of collecting books, is to own all of these at some point. So yeah, that, I believe, yes, that is the end of my little mini book haul and the end of this update for now. I will probably wrap up this vlog soon. I've got a couple other ones going as well because I'm participating in a couple of reading vlogs or readathons, and those are going to be separate vlogs / videos. So I might end this one pretty soon, but I will talk to you guys later when that happens. Hey friends. It has been a hot minute since I recorded last for this vlog. I was working on a couple of other projects and was focusing on the readathons that I was working on this month and completely forgot about this vlog. So I am coming in to quickly wrap it up. This month has been really good as far as reading, and I have been participating in the TBRPG-a-thon and also the Be Sure-a-thon, and I will link both of those below in this vlog. And there will be a couple of videos coming out letting you know how I did in those and what books I read and everything. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next couple of videos. Bye.
Yesterday there was sun.